Hello, Namaskar and a very good evening to all the viewers watching our live interactive session out there. This is Simran Singh and you are all watching this particular live telecast of NCERT on eVidya channel number 6 to 12. Besides, we have so many different mediums through which you all can connect with us. And you can also participate in our live sessions by raising your queries, your questions in the comment section of NCERT Official, or viewers if you are watching this particular live telecast through television. Then here is our contact number flashing on your screens. You may kindly note it down. It is 8800440559. And in case of doubts, feel free to connect with us at this contact number. Also, as you know that it's around 5 p.m. on your watch, and regularly from 5 till 5:30 we have our special sessions of Sahyog, where we try to provide guidance for mental well-being and psychosocial support to all the students and viewers watching our sessions out there. So the specific mail ID of Sahyog sessions where you can connect with us is again flashing on your screens. It is sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. So we come up with certain interesting and significant topics for all of you in our Sahyog sessions. So you must be thinking, what is it that we are going to discuss today? Well, it's really prominent for all the adolescents watching our program because it's about the personal enrichment and well-being in adolescence. So we all have witnessed the adolescence years of our life, and also the viewers who are actually adolescents, I believe they are the crucial years, because a lot of thinking, a lot of competition, peers and a lot more goes in our head. But with the right amount of a direction, with the right energy, it can be channelized in the right direction. So we have our two guests who will be providing us more insights into how you all can make it the growing and the blooming years of your life. But before introducing you to the guests, an important piece of information regarding G20 for all of you. We are proud of the fact that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in this year. That's 2023. The nation is deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism. India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history, as it seeks to play a very important role by finding global pragmatic solutions for the well-being of everyone, and in doing so, manifesting the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or should I say the world is one family. Alright, let's get back to our conversation of Sahyog, and I'm going to introduce you to the guest. Through online modality, we are joined by Dr. M.S. Kariyappa sir. Namaskar sir, good evening.
Namaste madam, thank you.
We welcome you in the program. He is serving at Regional Institute of Education, Bhopal in CRT. Then we are also joined by a practicing counsellor from Bhopal, Mr. Rituraj Sharma. Namaskar sir, good evening.
आत्मवंदन सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने मुझे अवसर दिया।
बिल्कुल सर, आपका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है इस सत्र में। तो चलिए दर्शकों, अपने इस सत्र में हम सवालों की ओर बढ़ते हैं। एंड द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट वी हैव इज फॉर डॉक्टर करियप्पा. So, sir, as we are discussing about the personal enrichment and the well-being of the adolescents, so particularly in the context of adolescents, what do we mean by personal enrichment and well-being, and also why is it so important for them?
Yes, madam. So, thank you for this opportunity. If you see this, adolescent age is a bridge for next level of development. So, if you see this, what exactly the personal enrichment. So, whatever you take a psychosocial development, as a part of psychosocial development, the personal well-being plays a vital role in any kind of holistic development. So, here, if you speak about what exactly we are going to talk about personal enrichment, which can enhance the well-being of a person. So, the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, experiences and different type of qualities which we are going to be acquired from the various ways. So here, if any kind of an activities we are going to do that, so that should be a which can help a personal development, so which we can enrich our personally is take important place here. If you talk about the personal enrichment in adolescent age, it can encompasses of wide range of areas. So in that we can talk about education, hobbies, interest, arts, and volunteering, and even personal relationship among the every individual. So it is important for any development of in that area. If you talk about then what educational activities, so I think we know that intellectual development or cognitive development plays a first role, whatever we can consider as a developmental areas. So here, how can we do or how can we conduct some activities which help to develop their personal enrichment? So if the personal enrichment can be, you can go with some kind of an activities like providing a chance. Like here, please try to understand all the viewers and parents and the why education should be particularly here for that. Nowadays, we know that education is only for not mark oriented, but here the education should be with interest of the students. It should not be forced to read, but it should be fostering for intellectual development among the adolescent, which can be less stress and it can be relief for them to go develop themselves and which can able to meet the upcoming or future 21st century competencies. So here if you see that the students should be allowed and should be pursued according to their interest. And some kind of activities, they are interested to participate in debates, competitions, or attending some kind of workshop with their interest. If you are able to do that, there is some kind of scope for development themselves. So then when you come to that, there is a most important thing. There is I can say that a sense of accomplishment and a sense of self-expression or a sense of personal satisfaction where we can see or where we can find only it is the when we see the personal enrichment among the adolescent students or adolescent age children. So if you find them, if you want to see such kind of a self or sense of self accomplishment, definitely we need to encourage their hobbies and their interest. What kind of hobbies they are having, what kind of interest they are having. So that such things as a parent, as a teachers, we need to be taken care. Such kind of thing. There, what kind of they are doing activities, playing a musical instrument, painting, or something critical writing, cooking, or maybe coding, photography. Thus, there are a number of activities are there. So we have to see that what kind of hobby the student is or the adolescent is developing that. So why? Because this stage is critical stage. So in a critical stage, when you are able to address their criticality or complexities, definitely we need to turn their energy into the different creative work. So that creative work ensures that hobbies development and interest creating among them. So next, when you come to that, another most important is developing physical fitness. So when you talk about the physical fitness, and sports and physical activities are more importantly taken place. So when you see that engaging in the sports and physical activities, you know that you can see the development of their fitness, coordination, teamwork, discipline, and some kind of resilience. So such all these beautiful qualities among the adolescents, if you are able to develop through some kind of sports and physical activities, definitely we can see that their personal development or what we can call the wellness which we are expecting from the personal enrichment we can able to accomplish there. So like there are so many other like recreational activities are there like swimming, hiking, dancing also can promote their lifestyle and build the self-confidence among the adolescents. So ultimately when you are able to build a proper self-confidence among that, definitely they can able to go further in a better manner of development. So next another one we can see that very creative manner of development. So if you talk about here the learning about different cultures, participating in creative projects like writing and acting and dancing, like indirectly you can talk about art and culture. So when you are able to develop such kind of oneness or personalness in that area, means when a student, when an adolescent able to understand the, some kind of an artistic skills and the cultural varieties are there. We have know that India has a completely diversified activities. So when you are able to address in the classroom their culture background or culture diversities and something which is creative skills in the art, definitely it is also going to be a support for their personal enrichment and it will going to be helpful for their mental well-being in the future. Next, another important one is volunteering and community services. So here we can see that what kind of community services we supposed to do and what kind of volunteering we should be that. So here we can see that if you are able to provide an opportunity for the personal growth and learning, so that is an important of that, a sense of purpose. And what is the sense of social responsibility and what is the sense of volunteering and empathy. So these all small skills and small activities will enhance the student and enhance the adolescents with higher qualities in future, which they are going to be required, or which are going to be they are going to face in a different way of activity. So like volunteering and community services is taken place, and it contributes their with most of the time or skills development and whatever the problems are there. Next, at last, if we see that a personal development or personal relationship with the family or with their friends this personal relationship is the most important for to see that emotional well-being among the adolescents. So if you are able to see that, if you are able to catch hold it, and if you are able to provide such kind of an activities to the adolescent, definitely they can relieve from their complexities, relieve from their anxieties, and they can able to rightly turn their energies, turn their good qualities, and can improve for their own traits and abilities in their area. So like this, you can see that there are so many personal enrichment has a good chance to develop, and you have to see such kind of an activities. We will see. Yes, madam.
That our adolescents could try, be it art and culture, hobbies, voluntary service, and a lot more. And the best is the one where we talk about developing personal relationships, nurturing personal relationships, and learning from each other. So having discussed about that area, now we would also like to know about the challenges that are faced by adolescents, especially when it comes to their personal development or personal enrichment. For that, I would like to invite Rituraj sir in the conversation. Rituraj sir. Yeah.
So, like you have also said, and Cariappa sir also said, that we have all been through that age of adolescence. So one common thing that we all have during that period is a lot of energy, a lot of drive, and we want to do many things all together. मुझे ये भी करना है, मुझे ये भी करना है, I want to get that, I want to achieve this. So the baseline behind all of it is that we are divided into a multiple things. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, मुझे को करिकुलर भी फोकस करना है, मुझे एकेडमिक्स भी मैनेज करना है, मुझे चाहिए कि मैं पीयर ग्रुप्स के साथ भी मेंटेन कर पाऊं अपना रिलेशनशिप्स. सो व्हाट आई एम सीइंग ओवर हियर इज कि मेरे पास ऊर्जा ज्यादा है और उतने ही ऊर्जा को लेकर डिविजन्स हैं. लाइक आई एम नॉट एबल टू फोकस. एंड आउट ऑफ ऑल द थिंग्स, ये सारी चीजें जो करियप्पा सर ने बताई, उसका एक और निचोड़ है जो वो कहना चाह रहे थे कि एक इंडिविजुअल को, वो एडोलेसेंट नहीं, कोई भी हो सकता है, वो उसे अवेयर रहना. नाउ हियर अवेयरनेस इज द की. अगर मैं सजग हूं मेरे पर्यावरण, मेरे एनवायरनमेंट में कि मेरे सामने कौन कौन सी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, क्या मेरी कैपेबिलिटीज हैं, मैं इन सारे चैलेंजेस को ओवरकम कर सकता हूं. अब जैसे कि आप पीपीटी में भी देख पा रहे हैं, जो सर ने बताया था उसमें, कि आपके पास बहुत सारी वेराइटी ऑफ चीजें हैं करने के लिए अलग अलग डोमेन में. कुछ पर्सनल है, कुछ सोशल है, कुछ एकेडमिक है, कई सारी चीजें. तब यहाँ पे फोकस क्या करना है? यू विल हैव टू फर्स्ट गो इनसाइड रादर देन गोइंग आउटसाइड. ये चैलेंज सिर्फ इतना है कि हु एम आई, वेयर एम आई, एंड वेयर आई वांट टू गो, एंड व्हाट शुड आई फर्स्ट अचीव. मेरा पहली चीज क्या होना चाहिए जिसको मुझे टारगेट करना चाहिए. सो दिस गेट्स डिवाइडेड इनटू अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. तो मेरी जो फोकस एनर्जी है वो छोटे छोटे सेगमेंट्स में बढ़ जाती है. एंड बाय द एंड ऑफ द डे, जो एडोलेसेंट्स में आप देखोगे एग्रेसिवनेस, जो इरिटेबल एडोलेसेंट होते हैं, वो क्यों होते हैं? क्योंकि उनको करना बहुत कुछ है और फोकस किसी चीज पे भी. सो दिस इज हाउ दीज चैलेंजेस अफेक्ट द एवरीडे लाइफ, बिकॉज यू ट्राइंग टू डू अ लॉट in a lot of less time. So you need to you have almost 100% of your day divided into 80% activities which are distracting, and 20% of that time you're focused. So that is why your result is only 20% of the total time. This is the Gen Z who are running behind things and who have got a lot to do. And there you see people who are focused, who have got time, who have taken their consciousness into a streamlined way. They are achieving it. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming up with these challenges that are actually important to address, not only for adolescents but also for all the people who or all the stakeholders who are involved in the well-being and functioning of adolescents, be it teachers, parents, or guardians. So, moving ahead in the conversation, Karyappa sir, I would like to ask you, what are certain activities where adolescents can keep themselves engaged for the holistic development, I should say?
Yes. Next slide.
Yes.
Yeah, here you can see that I think most of the parents and most of the teachers are, if we are teaching them, we are giving every opportunities, we are providing all the specialties in the classroom or in the home, everything. What else we require to make them to the building? So there are the some activities. There are the some kind of an activities which need to be taken care. That's what no, we are joyful learning and IEP system means individually education planning system was become a more important for everyone. Everywhere we can see that this is the most. If you want a joyful learning, which need to be a very comprehended way of learning, and if you want a some kind of IEP system, so we want an individually plan of everybody. So like if you see that some of the activities, there is a pursuing hobbies and interests. Sir, is the hobbies is going to be automatically it happens, but why we want to pursuing it? Yes, there is a requirement of in such a critical condition because we are in a completely advanced society which has in technologically, but we can see that in another areas, in a personal development, in a moral development, we are back in that. We need to be addressed that we need to pursue proper way of hobbies and interests. So that's why whether not only a kind of skill developmental activity which can be help them, which can be going to be yes, no. I think how many of the students who are interested to go for playing a musical instrument, they may be going to be use a musical instrument through the technology. Maybe definitely they may going to be hear proper sound and proper music through that. But the feel of enjoyment, a feel of some attachment with that music and instrumental has need to be taken care of. That's what no, what kind of an activities is, or what kind of an habit and what kind of an interest is developing he or she need to be taken care. We need to be worry about that how what they are doing, how they are doing, how can we going to make them more improvement in that area. So we need to be taken care. Like another one is so engaging the sports and physical activities. That truly we can see that what kind of sports their activities are going to be involved. So maybe nowadays the utilizing the mobile phone is also feeling that I am also playing a game in the mobile. True, that is they are also playing a small kind of a game, but whether how far it is going to be increase or how far it is going to be improve your personal enrichment or well-being in that area. So that also is need to be taken care. So why? Because the person or an individual is playing through the mobile phone and alone. But where do we expect the coordination? Where do we expect the teamwork? Where do we expect the some kind of some collaboration with others? So such kind of an qualities if you need, definitely such which is outdoor game, which has need to be inculcated or which need to be developed. So how can we increase some kind of, definitely we should also, because in this we are AI means artificial intelligence era. So in this era, we also need to take care about our own personal fitness also. So next another one you can come to that, what kind of some volunteering or community services which need to be provided. So I think so many things are there, many of the activities we can see that. So if you want to see some kind of a development, we need to take them to that. I think recently we have seen so many stories through the social media, through the WhatsApp or Instagram. We can see them. A father and a son is walking around out of the city, and the son is asking the many questions to the father, while we can see the conversation between the father and student. So it was a very wonderful, and it has become a more various attraction to the various activities in this area. So if you see that what kind of services you are providing, so you are only making them providing giving all the opportunities which is highly quality food, quality of materials and all this. It's not only enough for them, need to be their sense of pursue, what they're going to be sense of purpose in that area, and what volunteering is going to be there. Like if you want a personal growth, definitely a person should be out of that. And if you want some kind of leadership qualities, definitely we need some kind of volunteering and community services. So if you are you want some kind of broader sense of social issues, whatever the social issues we have are happening in the outside in the society, when you are able to address this all the senses, definitely we need some kind of volunteering and community services. So next when you come to that, participating in art and creative projects. So like everybody nowadays in the 21st century, everybody talks and address about creative. My students also should be creative, X or Y, everybody is want to be a creative. So if you want a creative, definitely need some kind of participation in like artistic activities, either maybe writing, creating, dancing, whatever we have feeling in that, whatever the student interest in that area, whatever the student is going to be able to perform better than his skills in that area. So you can able to encourage them. We have need to be provide such kind of well-being activities. So like we have to be make them to join in the clubs and take the classes and participate in the performances and explore their creative talent to the various mediums. Maybe when you are able to address such kind of an activities to the student, definitely it is going to be help for their well-being and personal development. Next, educational opportunities. Nowadays only providing educational opportunities means not only for them to get a degrees or diplomas or whatever there. Definitely we see that what educational opportunities are there more than their expectations. When you are able, for example, so many students used to come, but I think when you are having a counseling sessions, there are students are, sir, I am having a degree, but I want more than this. What I can do that? Such kind of an interest are there. Definitely we need to provide which educational opportunities able to get during their graduation itself, or maybe during their studies itself. Why? Because adolescent age is a very extra energetic age. So such situation, definitely the students will spend for the positively and go for to get positivity activities in that area. Next, developing a social relationship. That's what earlier also I have mentioned it. Definitely which relationship with them, family. That we can say that a sense of proper relationship or positive relationship is important. So how we are communicating as a parent, as a teacher, how I am communicating with an adolescent, and how I am communicating with a person. So all an activities, the personal, the family, or a teachers, or a peer group, or maybe a friends, whoever it may be considered as. So we need to conduct, or we need to fostering the connection with the peer who are share similar passions. For example, so many students are there, but their interest is different, but they may not be come together. If they come together, their views will be different. So when they have a similar passion, so that may be going to be help them and will be enrich their personally also. It is going to be helpful for them. Next, practicing mindfulness and self-care. So most of the time when you are seeing the lack of personal enrichment, when they do not have a self-care, when they do not have some kind of mindfulness, lack of proper mindfulness. So in this area, a student or an adolescent who are critically facing some kind of issues in adolescent age need to be have some kind of mindfulness, relaxation and self-care. So like here, if you talk about the self-care, what exactly are we going to be talking about the self-care? So like there are so many things are there. I think hopefully our other Ritu is going to be speak about these areas. Thank you.
Of course, thank you for sharing these major activities where our adolescents can actually try their hands on and ultimately can lead to personal enrichment and development for all our teenagers. So Rituraj sir, earlier you have mentioned about the challenges that the adolescents actually face. We would also like to know how to overcome these challenges, how to go beyond them, so that our teenagers, our adolescents can actually focus on their personal growth and development. Also sir, we are left by the last 2 minutes in the conversation, so please keep it precise.
So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is the words of Kabir Das ji. He said, "Moko kahan tu dhoonde re bande, main to tere paas re." So the first thing what the Manodarpan initiative also tells you is that the Manodarpan, यानी मन का दर्पण पहले देखो कि आप कहाँ पर हो. In the stream of career development and career counseling, we also first look inside. हम कहाँ हैं, हमारी क्या संभावनाएं इस प्रकृति में बनी हुई. तो once when I get to know कि मेरा stand मेरे peers में, मेरी family में, मेरे education में, academics में ये है, it's only then I can develop myself. So the first part that you need to get into is meditating. When sir said we need to get into mindfulness activities, our academics will have to improve on that part because we are missing mindful activities in the school sessions, right? Then coming back to my part where I have been doing complementary and alternative medicine from so many years, I have seen that once you have got control and the locus of control is within yourself, you have the world outside control. You don't need to go anywhere. Just sit around and meditate on what you want to do, where you want to go. This is the best practice, and it is not about running behind. The West has been doing a lot. It has been telling go and get, go and get. But here we need to know that it's time to stay put, learn, acquire, and then act. When Sir said there are a lot of activities that one can do, but before doing those activities, you need to first know what is your genre. Developing oneself only starts when you know which direction are you supposed to go. मुझे किस दिशा में जाना है. अगर मैं like what Albert Einstein said कि आप अगर एक मछली को पेड़ पे चढ़ने को बोलोगे तो वो नहीं कर पाए. So first know what is inside and then search for what is the nearest coherent variable outside. आप अंदर क्या है, आपकी urges क्या है, आपकी drive क्या है, आपकी capabilities क्या है. Once you know that, it's only then you can search out for opportunities. Yourself, आप हमेशा लगे रहते हो कुछ ना कुछ करने में. But क्यों? क्योंकि you are not directed. Once your stream are very clear, आप focused रहोगे, आप अपने रास्ते निकालोगे. This is the key to self development. Nothing else. आप जहां divided हो जाते हो, वहां पर आपकी energies distribute हो जाती है, and then you get frustrated. आपको पता ही नहीं होता मैंने ये भी किया, मैंने ये भी किया, मैंने ये भी किया, but I did not get anything. So the gist would be focused, stay aware, सजग रहिए अपने लिए और अपने आसपास के पर्यावरण के लिए. Opportunities आपके पास स्वयं आए, and you'll be even knowing कि what step next to be taken. All to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all the important details regarding today's topic with all our viewers, and I would like to extend a word of thanks to both the experts. Thank you, Dr. Cariappa, and thank you, Mr. Rituraj. Thank you to all the viewers as well for connecting with us, and I hope the session has turned out to be very informative for all our viewers, all the adolescents, all the children watching the program out there. There were a number of segments, the tips that have been shared by our experts that you can actually try, and also as sir mentioned that the ultimate thing is to be focused, and that will eventually lead you to the path of self-development. So viewers, this was the last live interactive session from NCERT for this particular day, but we have lot of sections, we have lot of segments. You can connect with us through NCERT official, you can connect with us through eVidya channels, you can also explore our website, and with that let me also remind you once again regarding the availability of NCERT textbooks. NCERT textbooks for the academic year 2023 to 2024 are available all across the country. The textbooks may be purchased directly from NCERT sales counters that are currently located at New Delhi, Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Guwahati. And also viewers, if you would like to place the order online for NCERT textbooks, then it can be placed from our website, which is flashing on your screens. That is ncertbooks.ncert.gov.in, and you will be able to receive all the books for which you placed an order at your doorstep. And with that, if you would like to download the soft copy or the PDF version of NCERT textbooks, then it can always be downloaded from NCERT, ePathshala, Diksha and our mobile application. To know more about the authorized vendors, feel free to explore the website of NCERT. That would be www.ncert.nic.in. Once again, thank you so much for connecting with us, and keep watching eVidya channels, and with that also be focused and take very good care of yourself. Namaskar.